What is up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to a new video. I'm your girl Adrienne Montanez, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today's video is gonna be a hot girl summer vibe, but I'm gonna give it to you from a grown woman's perspective. Okay, I wish I had one of these guides back in my 20s because I was a penijada, I was a people pleaser, I was ridiculous with my spendings. No backbone, no backbone. But you know what, with all the bad experiences, it molded into the savagery of this woman that I am today. So I'm gonna share with you my go-to 5 tips that I think every girl should be mindful, especially as we get into the summer. Well, I'm in California, so summer is skipped out mostly June. So yeah, we have summer to catch up on. Grab you a drink. I was gonna be real bougie and do like a lemon water and a cute little wine glass, but I just cleaned my kitchen and my dishes are washed. I'm just like, no, we're just gonna do the bootleg Hydro Peak. I'm not gonna spend 40 bucks on a Stanley Cup. This one for $16 at Amazon. This one for $16 at TJ Maxx. Do me right, and it does the job, and I feel like a basic bitch, so let's get into it. First one on the list is gonna be self-care. So everybody has different regimens when it comes to self-care, whether it's physical, whether it's your clothes, whether it's waxing, makeup, skin, nails, hair, whatever your schmeal is, okay? Mine is skincare. Back in my 20s, it was like a purple eyeshadow palette that I just could not let go of. I don't know if I thought who I thought I was, but I was a paisita at heart. So I always made sure I had eyelashes, and it was always about my makeup versus my skin, versus now later in my age, I'm 37 years old. My skin regimen is everything. So I love to use hyaluronic serum. I like to make sure I have a nice hydrating cream. My makeup too, especially in the summertime, if I'm in and out and I'm really busy and I'm not going out like that, usually I do like a simple tinted moisturizer, some SPF, some serum under my eyes, mascara, and a nice lip balm. I keep it really simple. But do what's best for you at a reasonable cost. Don't feel like you have to go above and beyond when it comes to products too. Like, let's be real, like on TikTok, I think we all can get sucked into it. I know I have, especially when it comes to the home stuff. But we get sucked in on certain products, and it's just like, for what? And not every high-end product is gonna match us. Whether you're oily based, dry skin, really doesn't matter, but take care of your skin. It's hot outside. It's gonna make us real dry. Make sure you're moisturizing and whatever asset that is. Make sure you're not buying into the hype of everything else versus what's preferable for you. And nowadays, you can get great products now at the drugstore. I remember back in the day, we couldn't get decent products at Walmart. It was not like that. But now you can get stuff at Walgreens, CVS, anywhere now, you know, Amazon, like there's really no excuse for it. So make sure you're on top of your skincare and use your SPF. Also too, just real quick, the SPF from CoverGirl, it's a moisturizer. You could use it as a primer. I use it as both religiously. It's been the biggest game changer in my skin. I use it all year long. So make sure you put your SPF on. Number 2 is probably one of my favorites. A healthy body versus a hot girl body. I said it. Now I know, we see this whole, I understand there's some of you are not into the gym. I understand that some of you are not into lifting. I know some of you are just like, girl, I'm not gonna eat and track my food and macros and calories. I'm not doing any of that. I'm gonna have my hot Cheetos and ice cream. There's no judgment, but I think there should be a balance. Especially like for me, like I love going to the pools, I love going to the beach. And let's be real, sometimes depending on where I'm at, especially if I go visit certain family members, the heat is obviously more drier versus me more like on, you know, on the coast. So I will say this, be mindful, find a balance. Enjoy eating the food that you like, but don't overindulge. Like for me, like I love to eat fruit by the beach. I love to eat fruit by the pool. Fruit, I love my chips and guacamole, my chips and salsa, you know, but it's all within balance. You know, you don't want to oversaturate your body with just heavy fat, with heavy sodium and just heavy carbs, because you're gonna feel bloated, you're at the water, you're in and out, you're bathing still, you know, it's not the best feeling. So try to consume more fruits, more vegetables, but find the balance. You wanna have something sweet by the pool. Don't punish yourself. Don't feel like, oh, I can't eat that, I'm gonna blow, or I can't have my michelada. No, still enjoy the summer. Don't punish yourself. And you need to embrace whatever body you brought this year, okay? Don't punish yourself. Don't try to do this quick, low calorie, get into a deficit within a few weeks and think you're gonna lose so much weight and you're gonna start doing cardio. Don't do any of that. Do what's best for you. Stop buying to the hype when it comes to these quick fads. Be a healthy you. I'm personally a healthier, me 155 is my happy weight. That's a healthy, balanced happy weight for me. You know what I mean? That's for me. Some other people could think that's a bit much, whatever it is, but find balance, okay? Do not punish yourself when it comes up, but a healthy body. A healthy body to me is a hot girl summer body, okay? It's not just about the BBLs and the perfect, no, it's what's healthy for you, okay? Number 3, baby. Put more time into your girly relationships. I know we're busy throughout the year, whether you're a mom, whether you're single, whether you've been focused on going to school, everybody's got different hustles, but focus onto your girl relationships. I think it's a good time too around summertime. It's like, what girls have actually been there for me? Who's checked in on me? Who's been like a genuine supporter for me? You know what I mean? Who haven't I made time for? And a couple of my girlfriends, I love these two to death, but they live like 2 hours from me. So I already said to myself, at least monthly, we're gonna get together, whether it's a dinner date, whether it's spa, whether it's going to the beach, whatever the case is. Like, I know these girls have been in my corner and I need to put more time for them. But stop the whole focus with like a guy. There's always gonna be boys, girls. I always see this. And I remember too, summertime, I used to get in like this whole, like, these are my single days. Like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna find me my 3 boyfriends this summer. Like, who's gonna be it? Who's gonna make the roster, you know? And I was putting so much unnecessary energy for what? It didn't get me nowhere. It didn't get me anywhere. And it was like the ones I least expect, I ended up liking, you know? So try to put more emphasis and more time into the girl relationships. There's females that have been there for you. You know, like, we have to, I feel like too, we all get caught up just with this fast life of work, school, bills, family, kids, entrepreneurs, like whatever it is that you're working towards, and we put our friendships in the back burner, and that's okay, because, you know, sometimes you just have to go through that lonely journey. But also, I just see friendships as, I see friendships like plants. They do need their soil. They need to be watered. They need to be nurtured. So make sure you put that emphasis and that love into those relationships that are needed, okay? Number four, baby. Okay, this one is hard for some people, but you need to start romanticizing and take yourself on solo dates. Yeah, I said it. You need to go on solo dates, okay? Like seeing summer too, where the last 6 months, like, I've made mistakes. There's people I let in, or I let certain things get the best of me, or I put energy towards certain people or situations. I feel like that took a lot from me. And you gotta see yourself like a diamond. Like, you're a rare diamond, okay? There's only one you in the world, and I feel like it's a great time to replenish that. And the best way to replenish is by taking yourself out. Like, for me, I'm by myself right now. I don't have my husband here, my child here, nobody here. I did all my senora duties, and I'm gonna run a couple errands, but I wanted to film a couple videos, and this is one I wanted to put. But for me, it's like, I like to take myself out to eat. There's a couple places I love to go eat by myself. I said to myself too this year that I would put more time into reading. You know, I have a few books. I actually just started reading another book right now, and I'll probably share that maybe in another video, just like my own self-care, just to help, like, especially retraining my mindset and just to be stronger, be better, just to be a better overall you know, because you have to put the work in. It's not just like going to the spa and doing your hair and your nails and your makeup. No, it's internal. It's not what you're doing just on the outside, but what you're doing on the inside. So for me, like, I love going by the beach. The beach, the water feeds my spirit. Going out into nature. I have a relative who has like horses and like farm life. I love being around the animals, and my son gets to play in the pool, like, just to kind of detach from the city life, but also put more love into me with the simplicity, you know? So for me, it's reading, beach, and I love to go out to dinner by myself. Sometimes just that alone time, you know? I know not everybody can do that, but just try to keep it simple. Start slow, like going for a walk by the park, walking your dog, just doing something by yourself, listening to a motivational podcast. You need to make these choices into daily habits though. You know, they're not just gonna happen overnight. Somebody who's pursuing a certain career, it's not gonna happen overnight, right? It's gonna be a couple years, it's gonna be 6 months, whatever the case is. Doing your homework daily. Doing your homework daily into yourself is probably one of the best things you could do. We live in a world too where there's just so many broken, unhealed people, and people are just projecting that on other people. They're projecting their trauma, that victim mentality, and we can't get sucked into it. It's because people like you and I that have given so much to others, like, we need to take back our power. So this is a great time to replenish all the jewels that you've lost within yourself. One of the last tips, okay, this one I wish I talked to myself 15 years ago, but budgeting, and stop saying yes to everything. Stop. What I mean by that is stop feeling obligated, like you have to go to, oh, Sarah's having a a bridal shower, bachelorette, blah, 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 in Florida. So-and-so is gonna be hosting a Cabo trip. Oh, so-and-so is gonna have this big birthday bash. Like, you ain't got money like that, okay? Because you have your own budget on what you wanna do. Don't feel like you have to be at everybody's function or anything that's just put in front of you. It's like there was a couple events recently I was invited to, but one, I didn't have a babysitter, but two, I just didn't feel spiritually in tune with myself. Like, I really didn't want to go even if I did have a babysitter. You feel me? Because before, I used to be like, I had to show support to these girls or certain girls that were my quote unquote friends, and if I showed one more to than the other, it's like I'm showing favoritism. So my advice, please, please, as a grown woman, do what's best that aligns with your spirit. Do not be the yes man. Please don't. And don't put yourself in debt doing it. You're just gonna be so disappointed with yourself, especially when the fall comes and the holidays. Pfft, you wasted X amount of hundreds of $1,000s on BS when that could have went towards something else. Just save it. If there's certain trips and certain events that you feel like you could benefit from that actually genuinely make you happy, or you have a better relationship with this person, do it. But don't feel obligated to go and attend everybody's, and make sure you're on a budget too when it comes to your personal spending. Like for me, I remember in summertime, there was always something. Mind you, I was working the nightlife. I had 3 jobs. I was going to school. So one of the biggest things I did is, this is back in the day when it was WAMU, Washington Mutual. But I remember I opened up a separate bank account. So when I got paid, I'd go into the bank, I'd deposit my check, and then I would pull out like $40, $30, whatever it was at the time. It wasn't much, but I would put that aside for like my summer fun. So if there was an event, I remember we went to Cancun. Check this out. I went to Cancun, 2008? It was like $500 for a whole week. That was airfare, hotel, my car, unlimited drinks. Like, we turned up. I spent $500, like $500. That is it on everything, But you know, it was different time. Granted, inflation wasn't this, you know what I mean? We weren't dealing with a lot of what's going on in the world today, you know? But I will say this, like, it was nice to have that fun because it was my little leverage, you know what I mean? Or if there was a birthday, there was something that came up, it's like, oh, I need an outfit. Let me just go into the bank. And I didn't have access to it. If I needed the money, I had to go into the bank. I couldn't go and transfer anything like that. So it was actually better for me because it was more strategic. Like, do I really need it? Do I really have to get it? So be smart with your spendings. I mean, I think that's a great idea. Like, I've always had that separate account just away from everything. It's benefited me. So, I mean, like I said, single, whatever, do what's best for you, but just don't feel like you gotta say yes to everything. You don't. Do what's best for you. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy my little hot girl summer guide. These are just some tips that I think every girl should know, and just to be very mindful. And let's not use it as a toxic summer. Let's not make it a toxic summer. Let's make it the healed and the better version of you, making better choices, doing what's best, what aligns with your spirit and your heart, and just don't entertain any type of negativity or energy or just anybody's spirits that just don't align with you. All right? So until the next video, I will catch you on the next one.